Good morning, you guys. Hello, hello, and happy Wednesday. Oh man, just pulled up to the gym, ready to start my day. I have this past week on the way to the gym. As I pull into the parking lot, I always put on "I Am Every Woman" by Whitney Houston, and I literally just go all out. Like you would think I was performing. Like I am Whitney Houston at this point. Like music loud, scream at the top of my lungs. I cannot sing to save my life, you guys, but it really is just that song that just gets me in the mood to start my day. And it just makes me feel good. And one thing that happened this morning that really just proved to me like I can do anything that I want to do. And I'm about to tell you what happened. So, if you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Jasmine. Welcome. I have been on YouTube for a year. I've been a content creator for 4, but I have taken YouTube very seriously this past year. Last week was actually my 1 year mark of posting weight loss and fitness content every single day. TikTok started sending me a year ago today you posted this, and it's crazy how much I've grown, not just as far as losing weight and getting in shape, but just as a content creator and what I value and what I find most important, and how I speak to my audience. I am authentically me, and I don't care what anyone thinks. But anyways, when I first started, I didn't have too much money to do this, so I had just got some cheap microphones off of Amazon. I think they were like $30, and I already had the camera. I had invested in the camera like a year before that, but I didn't have good mics because when I was using the camera at first, it wasn't to do gym vlogs or anything. It was just to record my OnlyFans content, and I didn't need quality mics. So when I started recording in the gym, I had these cheap microphones, and they did what they needed to do. Like you could hear me, but you could also hear everything else. Like you could hear the slamming of the weights, you could hear just everything. Like people screaming at the top of their lungs. And it had got to the point where all the background noise was just so loud, and I was new to editing and all that stuff. And I had decided instead of going at times where it's a lot of people, I would go overnight between like 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. when the gym was pretty much dead so that the mics didn't have anything to pick up. And it worked for a while, but it was hard to keep doing overnight like that. It was getting hard. So I started researching different microphones that creators were using, and I came across the Rode. And I was like, okay, well, the reviews seem good. I'm not good at editing, and we're gonna get into all this. I was telling myself, well, I'm not good at editing, and I want to continue to use iMovie, and I just don't want a whole bunch of background noise. So after doing some research on YouTube, I decided, okay, I'm gonna invest in the Rode microphone. So I did, saved up for them, got them, and they're great. These are great microphones. But because they're a little more, not a little, to me, a lot more advanced than the original mics, it took some setup, right? And I hated that because I convinced myself I am not good at technology. I suck at technology. I don't know how to do anything other than turn something on. These are things that I had told myself over the years, and because I convinced myself of this, I believed it. And nobody could tell me otherwise. So anything that had to do with learning something new as far as technology is concerned, I would avoid it like the plague because I'm not good at it. And so I did the bare minimum to get the mics up and running. And they did what they needed to do. You don't have all the background noise. I don't have to really edit too much stuff out because I still don't know how to do that. But it did what it needed to do. I could start going to the gym at a regular time and not have to worry about people slamming weights or whatever. They did what they needed to do. Great mics. As I started using them and as my pages started growing, because I was making reels and stuff out of the content, I started to see some comments where people were saying that they could only hear me in the left ear. And I was like, huh, that's weird. And so I put my AirPods in and I was like, yeah, you can only hear me in the left ear. You can't hear me in the right. I'm like, what the fuck? So, I spent a little bit of time. By a little bit, I literally mean a little bit of time. Like I spent like maybe 5 minutes trying to figure out why you could only hear me in one ear and not the other. And I gave up on it. I was like, maybe it'll just fix itself, right? Because I am not good at technology. This is not my forte. I don't know how to fix it. And again, maybe one day I'll turn the mics on and they'll just fix themselves. That's what I was saying to myself. That never happened. So months went by, and I just, hey, it just became accepted that you were only going to hear me in the left ear and not the right. And I would see comments on YouTube. I have another YouTube channel, you guys, that's down below on this channel. It's my weight loss and fitness channel. And people would start to tease me. They'd be like, I always put in my left ear pod because I want to hear what you have to say. It'd just be like cute comments or whatever. I was never offended by it or anything. It just became like accepted, like, you're just only going to hear me in the left because I am not good at technology. I don't know how to fix it. And it just is what it is. So fast forward to today, well, not literally today, but within the past few weeks, my platforms have really been taking off, and I'm just so excited. It's what I manifested. And I'm starting to see more comments of people talking about how they can't hear me in the right ear. So it was like that seed that I've talked to you guys about. It was like God telling me, like, Jasmine, you got to fix the mics. You got to figure out what's wrong. How can we continue to elevate in the content creation realm if you don't fix the audio? You have a nice camera, you have beautiful things to say, you're motivated, you show up every single day. We got to fix the audio. We have got to fix the audio. So I was like, all right, let's try to figure this out, okay? And by let's try, it took me a week to get into trying mode because I convinced myself I am not good at technology. It's not something that I know how to do. I suck at it, and I know for a fact that if I sit down and try to figure this out, it's still not going to get figured out. That's what I was saying to myself in my head. So I looked at a couple of TikTok reels. And I was like, okay, so I got to order something to attach to my phone. Just little stuff here so I can pull up the app on the phone. Just little stuff like that. I'm just like, now I'm on Amazon trying to find the right adapter, scratching my forehead, huffing and puffing because I'm like, this is going to take too much. Like, I'm not good at this. Like, why am I having this problem? So the adapter came, didn't even need the adapter. I was like, let me get on Google one more time and try to find a different video that's going to show me how to fix it so that you can hear in both sides. When I searched, I must have changed the wording a little bit, but the first video that came up, it was a 20-second YouTube short. And the girl introduced it. If you can only hear one ear, not the other, it's a simple fix. This is all you have to do. She literally held this two pieces to this microphone. She literally held the piece up that's attached to the camera. She held it up and there was two buttons at the bottom. She's like, all you have to do is just hold these for 2 seconds, or hold these two buttons for 3 seconds, and it'll merge the audio. So I was like, so what was the other person talking about? The adapter and downloading the app, and it's like, all right, let me try this. So I did it. I saw what she saw on her screen. I was like, okay, let me go make a quick little video real quick. Did that, put it on my phone, put my earbuds in, and it worked. I was like, I did it. I did it. That's what I said to myself. I was like, I did it. And I was like, wow, all that time, all of that time that I just let go by because I was convincing myself that I am not good at technology and avoiding the problem because I don't want to face the fact that it might take me a little bit more time to figure it out than someone else. But I don't want to deal with it because I'm not good at technology. Despite the fact that information has become so accessible today, I am still avoiding this because I don't want to do something that I have convinced myself that I am not good at. I could have been fixed it. It literally took me 15 seconds. So if you're listening to this on your AirPods, you can now hear me on both sides. And I was like, wow. But this is this is the purpose of this. And, and it's crazy because this morning I didn't know what I was going to talk about when I do my good morning videos. I never know until I turn the camera on. It just comes to me. I never pre-plan it. And I fixed the mics literally this morning. And I said, after I said this in my good morning message, because I was just like, it's amazing how we can convince ourselves that we're not good at something and avoid that thing like the plague, because we don't want to feel bad about ourselves. We don't want to feel stupid. We don't want to feel dumb. So we will literally just avoid it because we don't want to not be good at something. And because we have information literally within seconds with our phones, our laptops, podcasts, we have all of this information, but we still convince ourselves that we're not good at this thing, and we try to avoid this thing, even though there are content creators for days teaching you how to be good at this thing. Why do we do that? I could have fixed this months ago. Literally, months ago. Months ago! But I avoided it like the plague because I convinced myself that I was not good at technology. And it's crazy because I use technology every single day. I operate this camera every single day. There have been times where the camera settings that I had set decided to refresh, reset, and I have to go back into my menu and reconfigure everything, the video, the audio, the 4K, the frames per second, the volume. I have to go through and fix the settings because the camera decided to factory reset, but I can do it, right? I know how to turn it on, right? I know how to make sure before I even start recording that the settings are where I need it to be so I don't make the entire video and it don't be right. I'm actually looking at it right now to make sure it's on 4K. Okay, it is. But you get my point. I know how to operate my phone, right? So why did I convince myself that I didn't know or that I'm not good at technology? Why did I convince myself of that? Because it's new. Because I've never used microphones before of this caliber. That's why. But we can't keep avoiding things that we are convincing ourselves we can't do, because you can do it and you're not bad at anything. You may not have as much knowledge as someone else. That doesn't make you bad at it. Just like if you were to learn a new language, right? Of course, you're not going to be as good as someone who's a native born Spanish speaker, but that's just because they have more experience than you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But that doesn't mean you're bad at it. It means you have to learn. So stop avoiding things because you are deeming it as hard or something that you're not capable of doing. We have information for days. So it's time you start using it to do better. Okay? I entered this content creation realm because this is what I truly like to do. I love to create content. I create content every single day. So it is foolish of me to avoid doing things that's going to make my content better just because I haven't done it and I'm afraid of being bad at it. So I avoid it. Stop doing that. If you're on a weight loss journey, stop avoiding the gym. You're not going to be in shape right away, right? It takes time. But you'll get there. You have the information. It's on your phone. Still to this day, I have to YouTube a video on how to do something because I don't know how to do it. I gotta look at the form. And I've been lifting for 2.5 years. Y'all see, I just got my personal trainer back. Well, if you don't follow my other channel, I just got my personal trainer back because I'm like, I'm ready to invest into learning more about fitness, getting this last little bit of fat off. I really want to be in the fitness realm. So it's time I invest back into some teaching or learning so I can be better, right? I can't avoid it. So, let's say you suck at air quotes on suck. Let's say you want to get better at saving money, right? Okay. Sometimes, and I've done this too, sometimes we avoid looking at our bank account because it makes us feel bad if we don't have what we should have because we know we have a problem, right? But at some point, you have to stop running from it. You have to just face it head on. There's information, our phones, that will teach you literally within 20, 30 seconds how to save some freaking money. So why are you avoiding it? Why are you avoiding it? Because you have convinced yourself that you're bad at saving money and you don't want to face learning how to do something that you know you're not great at right this second. But you know how to save enough money to pay that rent. You know how to save enough money to pay that car note. So you really are not bad at saving money because when it's time to save for a bill, you can do that. You got that down pat. You got that on lock. You got it on lock. So you don't know how to not save money. You know how to save money to pay what you need to pay. You don't know how to save money for money that you don't plan on touching. Okay, that's where you are lacking. But that doesn't mean that you can't learn. Okay? So stop telling yourself you're bad at something is the point of this because when you tell yourself that you're bad at this thing, you avoid it. You try your best not to learn it because you don't want to feel stupid, you don't want to feel dumb. You don't want to face the fact that you have to improve on something. You lack knowledge in that thing. So you're avoiding it. But we got to stop doing that because you will be surprised at how simple the solution is with a lot of things that we say we're not good at. So stop. It's all power in the tongue, you guys. That's the point. It's really power in the tongue. Stop saying that you're not good at something because you are good at that thing. You just want to enhance your knowledge at it. You just want to be better at it. But that doesn't mean you're not already good at it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me saying I am bad at technology, the phrase should be I need to learn more about this because I'm not bad at technology. I know how to use my camera. I'm familiar with it. I've had it for 2 years. I know how to use my phone. I've been an iPhone user for as long as I can remember. That's technology, right? At this point, I know how to operate my car, the car technology, right? So I have to stop saying I'm bad at technology. You see how that sentence alone makes me want to avoid things, but it's not that I'm bad at technology. I am just not. I just don't know as much as I could know with new forms of technology, i.e., the microphones. You get what I'm saying? But every time you do something that you've never done before and you learn something, you get a little bit better each time. And it really isn't as challenging as you're working yourself up to make it be. So that was just on my heart this morning because I was just like, wow, I could have been fixed it. I could have been fixed these microphones. But because I convinced myself that I'm not good at technology, I was just avoiding it and just hoping it would fix itself. And that never happened. I had to sit down and fix it. I had to Google some stuff, watch a few videos, and it was a very simple fix. It was very, very, very simple. Now, I know a little bit more about my mics than I knew yesterday. Do you get what I'm saying? Stop being afraid to learn new things. Stop telling yourself you're not good at something. If you want to get into content creation, do it. Do that shit. Understand that you're not going to be an expert at it right away, but you already have a lot of knowledge in content creation because you know what you like to watch. You know what gets your attention. So you're not starting at ground zero because you already know what you like. Okay. So, if you know what you like, if you know what gets you to stop scrolling, you know how to make content that's going to get someone else to stop scrolling. Just based off of you and maybe your spouse, your partner, your kids, whatever. You know why you chose to sit down and watch somebody's video. So you're not bad at content. But there's always going to be something to learn, of course. What's the fun in life if you're not constantly learning? But don't run from it. If it's something that you know you need to do to be better at it, then do that. There's nothing wrong with, in fact, I feel as though everyone should be trying to be better at anything that they're trying to do. Like, never think you're an expert at something, because that doesn't exist to me. There's always room to improve, no matter how many years you've been doing something, you know. But don't convince yourself that you can't do this thing. Like, I used to tell myself all the time, I suck at math. No, you don't suck at math. You do math every fucking day. You know how to add and subtract. You know how to multiply. When it's time to figure out how much of a discount you getting, you know how to put that. You know that. That's math, right? So you're not bad at math. You don't suck at math. Okay, that's stop saying that. Instead, say, I would like to improve my math skills so that I can do blank. You get what I'm saying? It's all power in the tongue. But I just wanted to share that with you guys this morning. I'm ready to get this workout started. I am ready to start my day. I feel so great. I fixed my mics. I'm so proud of myself. And I have learned to stop telling myself what I am not good at doing, because I am good at it. I just gotta learn some more. That's it. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I'm ready to hit the gym. Bye.